Hello and welcome to the Tech and Auto Show, which is India's first social and web exclusive show. And this episode is really special. You know why? Because we are heading out to the beautiful Rajasthan indoors.
Yum!
So now that you've got a glimpse on what lies ahead, first let's tell you about our beautiful companion. We've got mammoth SUVs from Chevy, and we'll also tell you about an upcoming Honor smartphone. Of course, we can't tell you everything about it, but we can definitely tell you what it is capable of doing. So let's get into all that action. On this Rajasthan food trail, we are joined by two technological marvels. One is an upcoming smartphone by Honor and the other is the mammoth Chevrolet Trailblazer. These two make a perfect travel companion, as the Chevrolet Trailblazer guarantees comfortable drive and safety, while the camera on the Honor phone delivers in capturing moments
Here, everyone!
that will last a lifetime. Honor is Huawei's smartphone e-brand, which is also world's leading smartphone e-brand. The target consumer of Honor are digital native generation, a group who spends more than 1/3 of their time online for entertainment, shopping, studying, or simply staying connected. And on this trip, many fellow travelers got a chance to play around with the upcoming Honor smartphone that will launch in January 2017. And it also has all the swag that you would want in your life.
The experience has been great. I love how bright the pictures look and the camera is amazing. It's very sharp and editing on it is very easy. And I've been clicking like a lot of pictures. I've covered every place that we've been to.
This phone definitely has swag because all my latest Instagram uploads, the ones that everyone has loved, I've captured through this phone only. So I think the best part about this phone is that the color balance is really good.
Starting with the camera, it has many modes, which just makes things easy because I'm constantly on the move, right? I'm moving from one location to another, and quickly I don't have to do too many settings. I just go on the mode section, choose Pro Photos, Pro Videos. I can choose the beauty mode, I can choose so many modes and then just change the way my picture looks. Also, there's an effect in which you can blur things in the behind and focus on things which are closest to you, which just gives the picture a very good dimension. So I felt the camera is a big plus. It makes picture look rich, and sometimes I could really compare it to my DSLR or other phones which I use.
Since it has dual cameras, it does focusing pretty well. So I finally learned how I could take pictures of dewdrops on the grass, which was pretty nice. I never thought I could do it with a camera phone.
I like the color saturation. If I use other phones, the colors tend to go up and down, right? But when I frame the photographs in my Honor phone, the color saturation is really nice.
The camera and the quality of the camera, it does really well even in low light situations, and it gives me a lot of options to play with star trails and tail lights, and it has a lot of different features that regular Android phones don't have right now.
So when you capture food, you have to capture the texture, the color and proper detailing to get a very good shot. I think Honor does this fantastically. It captures even minute details, cancels out all the noise, and it brings out a very good picture. So I think it's great for food photography specifically.
I did not charge my phone for one full day and it was still working. So I think the battery is bomb.
So the Honor swag phone, it fits well in the hand, it feels good, it's pretty light, it looks nice, it fits in the lifestyle, it's fast to work with, and I guess it's just so intuitive that it works well. Honor is light, it's handy, it's got a great camera and a great battery life. So it's a perfect companion for me while I'm traveling.
Founded in 1911 in Detroit, Chevrolet is now one of the world's largest car brands, doing businesses in more than 115 countries and selling more than 4 million cars and trucks a year. The Chevrolet Trailblazer packs 500 Newton meters of torque and almost 200 horsepower that is delivered from the 2.8-litre Duramax diesel engine. The 6-speed automatic gearbox gives you effortless gear shifts and makes your driving experience stress-free.
Not everywhere, Indian highways especially, you don't get those slick, smooth roads, right? If I'm in a usual car, the moment I down throttle, I have to accelerate so much to get back to that speed, I might face the second patch by then. But this car just gives me the power to be so fast.
So the Chevrolet Trailblazer was pretty good. So majorly I've gone on trips in travelers and buses. So it was quite comfy for me that way. So yeah, it was good.
It's pretty spacious and most of the bumps, because roads are not always the best, it was pretty decent. And safety-wise, again, I'd say that I like how there are seat belts even in the back for everybody, which we don't have yet in all the cars. And at the same time, braking was pretty amazing.
I loved the car. It looked beautiful and stylish. I can only imagine what a person feels like when they see one approaching them on the road.
One good thing is the music, the speakers. It's very fun to drive.
The music system, because I have every control in my hands, right? So I don't want to get very distracted. I'm in the zone, I'm controlling the music, and I'm like the pilot in that car.
I think it's very stylishly built as well. I think the interiors are very, very classy, and I love that about the car.
Travel like this because you have different terrains. You have little hilly, you have bumpy roads. So you want a car which makes you feel comfortable, because while you're on the go, you don't want to stress a lot. And you know, when you have to get out of the car, you're all freshen up. So I think a good car would be something that just glides. It makes you feel comfortable. You have good seating, good leg space. So yeah, that is what I was looking for in a car, and I got that in Chevrolet.
Inside the car, there's plenty of room on all 3 rows of seats, and you have a commanding seating position and great visibility as you can see both sides of the bonnet while driving. And if you put all the seats down in the back, then boot space goes up to 1830 litres. There's also the Chevrolet MyLink infotainment system, which we found very easy to operate, and the touch response is way better than what you get in many cars in India for a touchscreen. In terms of economy, this Chevy gave us around 12 kilometers to a litre in combined highway and city driving. In this 3-day road trip, we would travel on board the Trailblazer from Delhi to Pushkar, then head on to Ranthambore and finally driving back to Delhi. The round trip is 1200 kilometers long and there is a lot to do in these cities. Our first stop at this food trail is in the city of Pushkar. Now it's famous for a couple of things. First, it's food. Second, it has the only Brahma temple in the world. And it's beautiful 52 ghats that are here. Pushkar is a town in Ajmer district of Rajasthan. It is situated 414 kilometers from Delhi. The origin of Pushkar cannot be traced to any specific date, but is said to be one of the oldest cities in India. Pushkar is famous for its Pushkar Mela, a 5-day camel and livestock fair held every year. The Pushkar lake has 52 ghats and it encapsulates the beauty of the city. For some, visit to the ghats is a surreal experience.
So I think Rajasthan is very tourism friendly, so I would recommend that you should definitely visit the ghats because they're very peaceful. You can have your me time and just relax. For me, that was definitely very, very beautiful and rejuvenating because that's surreal and you love it.
After a visit to the ghats and a quick lesson in how to play the nagara, it was time for us to visit the colorful lanes of the city for some shopping. The streets of Pushkar are narrow for the mammoth Trailblazer, so we set on foot for this leg. The shops on the streets are usually selling traditional Rajasthani art and sculptures. What is more interesting is that the city has a history of many cafes alongside some really yum street food. One must try the buttermilk in Pushkar and also the different variety of golgappas.
The entire idea was to bring the food of Rajasthan along with the cultural experience together and make people experience that.
So we found this amazing blue building called Out of the Blue Cafe, which had the best frappuccino and the best vegan food available.
I think Rajasthan is all about authentic flavors, and it combines the flavors of throughout India, and you get these flavors here which are really nice.
They got some really nice textures in their food. Churma, which was in desserts.
They are like the spicy food here. You have good desserts also, like traditional malpua and all.
After a quick bite, we were off to the Brahma temple in Pushkar. Brahma temple is one of the main sites of Pushkar pilgrimage, and it is the only temple in the world dedicated to Lord Brahma. After the divine visit to the temple, we decided to head on for lunch at one of the best Italian cafes, La Pizzeria in Pushkar. This one is famous for its super large thin crust vegetarian pizza, and it's a definite recommendation from our side to you if you happen to visit Pushkar.
It's huge. I really like the hummus, pita bread and the fries, so yeah.
I love Italian food. Pizza and pastas are like my go-to food, and so I really enjoyed that, yeah.
With our bellies full, it was time for a camel safari to capture the desert sunset and experience some traditional Rajasthani folk music and dance. The Chevrolet Trailblazer championed the desert and gave the camels of Pushkar some competition.
I am scared to death of camels, and I was actually initially not even willing to sit on one. But I managed to take that ride, and I think it felt liberating when I got down.
Very, very nervous experience, to be honest, because it was my first time I did this camel safari ride. The views during this safari were really amazing. The sun was setting down. You could see the whole skyline of that sunset, right? There was whole desert. On the left-hand side, there was this big lake and desert all in the forward, the sun setting down, so it was a magical experience.
And the swag phone from Honor captured some memories that the travelers on this trip will cherish for life. After a surreal experience in Pushkar, the Chevrolet Trailblazer convoy was headed to Ranthambore, which is 307 kilometers from the holy city. The National Highway 48 has some of the best driving roads in the country, and the 6-hour-long drive was just smooth. It was time to lay back and relax for this day at our resort in Ranthambore, as something exciting lies ahead for us tomorrow. We had an early morning start to visit one of the main attractions of Ranthambore. The Ranthambore National Park is one of the biggest and the most renowned national parks in northern India. The park is located in the Savai Madhopur district of southeastern Rajasthan and is a natural habitat of 60 tigers in India. Being considered as one of the famous and former hunting grounds of the Maharajas of Jaipur, today the Ranthambore National Park terrain is major wildlife tourist attraction spot that has pulled the attention of many wildlife photographers and lovers in this destination. We headed for the jungle safari at 6 AM in the morning in a hope to sight some tigers. The park terrain alternates between dry deciduous forests and open grassy meadows. The flora of the park also includes 539 species of flowering plants. After spending more than 2 hours and having some close calls, we ran out of luck and could not spot a tiger. But the majestic animals of National Park did give us an experience of a lifetime.
Actually, we should not focus and emphasize on seeing a tiger. Okay. One should go in the forest to just enjoy the forest, the landscape, the different animals there are, all the biodiversity. One should go with that bent of mind. And that's the true way to enjoy a forest.
Tiger is you can say it's only a bonus. It's not everything. Like we are hardly going to see 1% if we are only looking for the tiger. We should enjoy the nature, the park, the landscape and the lakes which we have in Ranthambore. You will really find that type of atmosphere anywhere. It's one of the most beautiful parks.
The park has also started a full-day safari recently for wildlife lovers, in which the chances of sighting the tiger are more than the scheduled safaris. Wildlife conservatives and nature lovers from around the world visit this city not just for the tigers but also for its hospitality.
Like according to me, Rajasthan is very well tourism friendly state, and whoever comes to Rajasthan, they always want to come back again and again. Even we have thousands of guests, they come very regularly to this place because of its state's warmth, and people, they love tourism.
As the trip came to an end, our fellow travelers were mesmerized by the Rajasthan food and the cultural experience, and even more impressed with our reliable companions on the trip, the Chevrolet Trailblazer and the upcoming swag phone by Honor. And that's about all the time that we have on this edition of the Tech and Auto Show. You can also follow us on Twitter. All you techies out there, go follow us on @News18Tech. And all you automobile enthusiasts, you can follow us on our Twitter handle, which is @News18Auto. I hope you enjoyed our special presentation this week. We'll see you next time around, only on CNN News 18.